The Tacoma Fire Department says it's in need of new engines and facilities, and now voters in Tacoma will get a chance to decide if they should pay more in property taxes to boost funding.
King 5's Connor Board joins us here in studio with a look at what's at stake. Connor, good morning.
Good morning, Jake and Mimi. This November, Tacoma residents will vote yes or no on a levy that would help fund the fire department. It was just approved to be on the ballot last month. The department says there's a vital need for updated equipment and facilities in order to improve their response times.
The Tacoma Fire Department is busy. With a 32% increase in calls between 2003 and 2023.
We have 5 engines that are running twice as many calls as we would want them to be.
This increase in call volume comes as the fleet is aging. Interim Chief Siana Stallings Ala Ilima says 60% of their first response units are at or past their useful life.
We're seeing more and more failures, and so it's concerning because they're not adequately providing for safety and reliability when we arrive on emergency response events.
Not only are the rigs old, so are many fire stations. Some are more than 100 years old, while others are too small to house the rigs needed in that area. The interim chief says the department desperately needs repairs and operational upgrades, and that the city built many stations before firefighter health and safety was a priority.
If we were to walk through this door right here, that's their sleeping quarters are right back there. Their kitchen and living room are right in here. So as that door opens, any exhaust or any fumes from like a fire the night before, all of those are just going right into the main living area.
She says these challenges paired with the increase in calls has caused the department's response times to get longer.
We are far below the standard, and that deficit gets worse every year as our call volume increases.
She says Tacoma Fire does not have a consistent funding source for things like equipment, facilities, and vehicles. That's why this November, Tacoma voters will decide if they want to approve a levy to help fund the fire department's needs permanently. The proposed levy would generate $30 million per year.
There'd be a portion, about $8 million, going towards facilities that we would know that we have this amount each year that we're going to invest. About 5.7 would be going towards planning on purchasing engines, ladders, and other first response vehicles.
This levy would increase property taxes for people living in Tacoma by 65 cents for every $1,000 of the assessed value of their home. That would be $25 more in taxes per month for the average Tacoma homeowner.
We know that money is tight. We serve this community, and we see that people are really struggling to make ends meet.
If the levy does not pass, the department says equipment will continue to deteriorate. But no matter what, they will continue to serve and protect.
We will continue to do our best, but it would really help us stabilize and prepare for the future of our services if the levy did pass.
And although this is a permanent levy, the terms and amount of the levy voted on this year would be in effect through the year 2030. Also, something to note is that last year, a levy passed to help fund emergency medical services in Tacoma, which added $9 per month to property taxes for the average homeowner. And the goal of that levy was to add additional EMS units and cover some out-of-pocket costs related to ambulance transport for Tacoma residents.
It really puts it in perspective when you show one of the fire stations is a 2-bedroom house with a porta potty in the backyard.
Yeah.
What are some of the reasons for the increased number of calls that the assistant chief just noted?
They said one of the big reasons is just population growth. That's a big factor with this, more people, more calls. But another thing, they said a lot of people are calling 911 as their primary healthcare provider. They said due to a lack of mental health resources in the community and healthcare resources, they're seeing a lot of people call 911 for help, especially people who are unhoused.
I've seen that a lot. Yeah. All right. Thanks,
Thanks
Connor.
very much, Connor.